Okay. I believe we are live now. Let me make sure I got all this right. Should have somewhere. Where'd it go? Let's see. We're gonna make sure this is working right. We're gonna make sure this is working. Okay, we are working. Sorry about the little bit of delay getting things set up. Sorry about the little bit of delay getting things set up. All right.
It's really not that.
All right. Now let me go live over here. All right, guys. Let's see. Let me add a sticker to this. How do I do this? Oh, there's my stickers. All right, guys. Hey, I want to welcome everybody to the stream. We're going to talk a little bit about what we got going on this week. We got new toys coming. Obviously, working on the avatar. Kind of give everybody a little bit of updates about what we have going on there. Also, talk about what I'm going to be doing this weekend. And also invite everybody that's here on TikTok to please go find us on YouTube and subscribe there and follow us there. I say that because we don't know what's going on with TikTok. I know there are people within the government that would like to ban TikTok. I think predominantly because they don't want us talking, but that's just my theory, and I'm not going to get into that. But regardless, if you follow us here, I would encourage you to go follow us over on YouTube, and that way, you're staying up to date with us if TikTok were to disappear next week. With that being said, at some point during this live, when if I get into anything too graphic, I will definitely um, uh, probably mute the mic and switch over the conversation more to YouTube. So, if you really want to stay in the conversation, I highly encourage you to go to YouTube and join us there, just to see what's happening. Let me see. And I don't know how YouTube chat's going to work yet, so let me figure this out. This is the first time streaming like this on YouTube. So if you'll bear with me, we're going to get this worked out. Mute that. Test it. Does it show up anywhere in here? There was earlier. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, I don't know what happened to it. I had a little deal earlier that gave me the chat bubble from YouTube. And now I'm not seeing it. So what we're going to do is we'll go here. What's up, Pearl? Yeah, sorry. I am trying to get everything figured out. Anyway, with all that being said, I'm going to kind of get into things a little bit um, and talk about what's going on. So, exciting things. We do have a new toy coming. It's not quite ready. I'm hoping to get it out next week. I'm in the final stages of putting stuff together, but I'm close enough now where I can at least talk about what it is. We are doing a butt plug that has an interchangeable tail. Uh, so you'll be able to put a cat tail on there, or a pigtail, or a bunny tail, or whatever you want. It will be interchangeable to the butt plug. It will use a screw mechanism. This will all be stainless steel hardware, so it won't rust or cause any other issues, and it will be embedded in silicone, such as this. Well, not quite this shape. This was just literally a test piece that we made a month or so ago. And we have a very great individual that is hand sewing all these tails. So they'll be made right here in Austin, where we make everything else. And so that should be coming, I believe, next week, maybe the week after. I know there's been, I think about 2 weeks ago, we put up a new section on the website called Pet Play. And this is our first product that's going to go in there. We eventually would like to add some ears and some other accessories as we go, potentially. So that's that. We have a new section on our website called Pet Play. It will be getting this butt plug with the tail attachment as a first product. I kind of wish I had some of the early tails to show you picture wise. Um, we have already made a few of them. Just working out the process to get them perfect the way we want them. Quality is very important to us, so we're going to work on that. So with that being said, uh, uh, that's coming in the next week or two, and I can't wait to get it out there for you. Let's talk a little bit about. I get this question almost daily now. Talking about the Avatar toy and when the Avatar toy is coming. The Avatar toy is in the works. We are in the design phase of it. We are honestly, we probably would have the design done already had we not really taken to trying to do some very special things with that. So, right now it's kind of in the early phases because what we're doing is we're trying to do some pouring techniques that we've never done. That, to be honest with you, I've not actually seen other people do. Um, so, um, we're trying to test those processes and make sure they're going to work the way we want them to. If they really work out the way we want them to, I think they will really make this toy something special that people have never quite seen before, especially from a smaller indie company like us. Um, so I think it's gonna be really cool, and I'm looking forward to getting there. Those tests will hopefully be done. Well, they'll definitely be done before the end of the weekend, and I'll know for sure if that's going to work. I believe it's going to. But so next week I should have some more updates with you, and may even have some shots to show you of some of the early design stuff. We'll say they won't be necessarily, they could or could not be finished designs. I don't know yet, but we're hoping to have a lot more information for that for you guys next week on next Thursday's live. Um, so hopefully we'll have that for you. Once again, if you're tuning in, please join us on YouTube because we don't know how long TikTok's going to be around. The government is going after it. So, a couple options I want to give everybody is if you either follow us on YouTube as youtube.com/at cultured fiction, just like you see above my head there. Um, yeah, I am super excited to get those designs out there. I really think I have shared a few details with a couple of friends about kind of what I'm wanting to do with that toy, and they've been very supportive of the direction we're going with that. I mean, this toy is going to really, it is going to make the toy slightly more costly because we're doing some things that I've really never seen another company do, especially an indie company like us. Um, but man, if it works out the way I want it to, it's going to be really special. I need to put this up here because I feel like I'm looking down at my phone and I'm looking up here as well. So it's kind of throwing me off a little bit because we have two lives going, one on YouTube and one on TikTok. Yeah, yeah, we're excited for it. So that is one thing, and then on the we are making two Avatar toys, one for internal use and one for I would say external use. And actually, I've got this little piece here in this mold. I have a brand new silicone that I have actually never used before, and I'm doing some testing with it as well. And this may change the way we make our men's toys completely. Um, this material is not quite ready to come out for another hour, so I can't pull it out yet. Um, the If it works, it will actually change the way we design our men's toys as well. So this is kind of an exciting time. We have a lot going on right now, and I'm so looking forward to getting all this done and out there in the world. Um, my camera moved. Oh! It did move. There we go. Thanks, Pearl. Appreciate that. Um, So there's a lot going on for us. The I will say I'm going to say I don't know if anybody from Austin is in here tonight, but if you're in Austin, Texas, this coming weekend in the area of the Domain, we are going to be out doing some street interviews in the Domain that we will again put on our YouTube channel starting hopefully next week. And this is something I think we're going to continue doing. We're going to see how it goes. We're going to give it a few, a couple months, see how it goes. But I think it'd be a lot of fun. I love interacting with people and being able to have conversations with people about toys and stuff, um, because I'm comfortable doing so, and I think it's interesting to get people's answers. So we're gonna kind of reach out and do that starting this weekend. So if you see me in the Domain in Austin, Texas this weekend, and you want the chance to maybe get a free toy or win a free toy, I don't know where I haven't decided exactly how we're going to do that. I'm probably going to carry a couple things with me and give them away to maybe the first one or two people that you know approach us or interview with us. So we'll see. I haven't decided once again exactly how we're going to do that, but that is something we're looking at doing. So with that being said, if you're in the Domain in Austin, Texas this weekend, look for us because you could get something out of it, and not something you'd have to go to the doctor for. Uh, um, so what else? What else we got going on? So we have the new Pet Play toys coming. The new Pet Play butt plug, and then of course we have the Avatar toys coming. Um, I know I'm also going to be reaching out to some people to get them to join me on live. So potentially in the next week or two, I'll have some guests here with me, and hopefully we can get some people in here that have some interesting things to say. I've got some people in mind. I just have not had a chance to reach out to them yet, so I will be doing that this weekend, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks I can get somebody in here to chat with on things. Be sure if you have questions to put them in the chat so I can answer them while I'm here. I don't think tonight's live is going to be too long, but we'll just kind of see how the questions go and see what people want to hear about and that kind of stuff. So if you have questions either on YouTube or in TikTok, please put them in the chat, and I'll be happy to try to answer them. Trying to think of what else. What else can I talk about right this second? The Let's see. We talked about the Avatar. See, I talk too fast. I talk fast. Somebody's talking back to me, I could talk for hours. What makes the Avatar toy different from what other companies do? So, I think there's a silicone that kind of hit the market about a year ago, and there's several companies using the silicone, but it's very clear in nature. And they typically charge more for those toys made with it. There's been some really cool designs, inclusions done with it, and stuff like that. That are very cool and stuff. But one of the things that we're trying to do is we are trying to do a specific part of that toy inside of the rest of the toy with that clear, so that it would almost be like looking inside the toy from the outside. It'll be like a look inside. It'll add some very good depth to it, and be a really cool feature that I think would really stand out on that toy. And I don't know if anybody has done that. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. Um, I have seen where companies, they'll do what's called a dual density toy, where you pour part of the toy in one density, and what did I just do? You pour part of the toy in one density, and then you basically pour another part of the toy in a different density. That's a dual density toy. So they'll do the base and maybe like a harder silicone than the shaft, or they will make a harder internal piece, and when they pour it, they basically float it in the middle of the softer silicone, so it's got a softer outside and a firmer middle. But I've never seen one where you have a specific type of silicone protruding out from another type of silicone. Part of the reason is because you have to really design for it with that in mind, because obviously you have to have a hole in your mold to make that happen, um, or some other way to make that happen, and that's what we've worked on. Are you talking about the dual densities, Pearl, or what we're doing? So dual densities, yeah, I think users, I don't know that they can feel it per se. It's just more like you can have a toy that's got an extremely soft exterior, soft and squishy exterior, but it will still stand straight. So um, it won't bend as much because it's got a firmer middle, but it's still going to have a lot of soft squish um, of the actual toy. It's something we've never actually done a dual density toy. Okay, I say that we've never done a dual density toy where it's one inside of the other. Part of the reason is once again you're kind of getting into a molding situation where you're extending time. You got to understand that a lot of these silicones will sit in a mold for 4 hours. So if you're doing a dual density toy, you've basically got about 8 hours of mold time between those two mold sections, because you got to pour the first part, remove it from a mold, and then pour it in the second part. And also, there's some could be some potential intermediary steps, because depending on how you make that first part and how you want that second part to come out, you may have to spend some time washing that first part before it can be set inside, encapsulated inside the second part. Um, and that could, I mean, you may have to put it through a couple of wash cycles, and then drying time and prepping time and stuff like that. So uh, I'm going to say you. I hope that's the correct pronunciation. I am hoping to have at least some drawings available for everybody to see next Thursday. Um, and then at least something to show next week is what I'm hoping for. It all depends on these tests, how these tests go this weekend, and how they're going to turn out. If this turns out this weekend, I hope to have a lot of the design done by this time next week. Um, Once the design is done, it will probably take us 3 to 4 weeks to release it. We will probably pre-sell no more than 10 or 20 toys. Um, we are not going to have these available as customs until we're kind of caught up for a while. We're going to handle the first rush. The first initial rush will be, we made we made this many this week. This is what's for sale until they're gone. Every Friday we will have a release of them once they come out. So we probably will do a little bit of a pre-sale for the first 20, maybe 30 toys. We're not doing an unlimited pre-sale like we did last year with the Geralt toy, because that was such a disaster for us. Um, I am not. I do not have the capabilities of processing the number of toys we sold last year that quickly. Um, Now, we do hope this year to kind of have a little more space and ramp up our production some and make things easier. But I really expect us to have limited supply of these for potentially the next year. So those coveted 21st spots may be worth something. We'll see. We haven't really decided how we're going to do that or not. My business partner really wants us to pre-sell a few of them. I am leery of doing it, but we'll see. We haven't made any decisions for sure yet. But to answer your question, hopefully we'll have drawings next week, and hopefully we will have them released maybe 2 to 3 weeks after that. At least starting the small sizes first, coming out first. I do also, so I want to tell you guys, everybody that's still on TikTok and not joining us on YouTube, um, we don't know how long TikTok's going to be around, so I would highly encourage you to join us over on YouTube. Please hit YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the alert button, so that you know when we go live. I am going to be going live every Thursday. The other way you can kind of follow us and get updates on what's going on is you can hit our Discord server, and that is, I don't know how to put a link to it in here. Hang on a second. Let me see here. Let me get a link, and I'll put the link to it in our YouTube channel, and that's youtube.com/@culturedfiction. You can join us on the Discord at any time. It's a great way if you have questions, you can ask questions. Link, copy. There's the Discord link that you can join us on Discord. I'm always on Discord. There's not a lot of people talking there, but if you ever want to talk or just talk about toys or whatever, I'm generally almost always around. So there's YouTube on this and Discord. We are slowly going to start putting more content on YouTube. Like I said, we're going to start with these street interviews that we're shooting this weekend. Some of those will make their way to YouTube next week. We'll probably use clips on TikTok, but really, we're going to be very careful about how much time we invest into TikTok, just because, not because TikTok is a problem, but because I think our federal government may ban it at any moment, and I don't know. I don't want to have everybody there and not be able to reach our customer base. If you are here, please share these live streams with whoever you have. Share that Discord link with whoever. That's a permanent Discord link. Although it looks like it says 24 hours, should be permanent. Unless I mess something up, which is entirely possible. No, it says it'll never expire. That's cool. I need to just save that. What else? Pro, you got any more questions? You got any more questions? Okay, so if you look at our current bud plug sizes when on our website, I can actually pull this up on the YouTube stream. I cannot pull it up on the TikTok stream, but I'll share this with you. Well, apparently I don't have that on here anymore. So it'll be approximately this size, which is a 1.6. The stem will be a little wider. It'll be about a 1-inch stem versus a 3/4 inch stem. This part will be pretty close to this, 1.6 inches. Then we'll have a 1.8 inch and a 2-inch. So it will come in those three sizes for the plug portion of it. And then we will probably have tails and plugs sold together and or separate. The Avatar toys will come in four sizes as we generally do. The first size will be probably around 5 inches in length of usable length. And then the largest size, I don't know. I've got to have to do some decision making on this. We may end up making this in more than four sizes, or put a larger spread between the two sizes. I have already received messages from some people expecting some pretty good sized toys on this. So we're going to kind of reach out to the community and decide how big they think that extra extra large. That's right. Small, medium, large, extra large, extra 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 large. I don't know. I haven't made any decisions on those sizes yet until we get a little further and see exactly how they're going to look, and then I will actually take into account extra extra small. Well, I mean, I feel like 5 inches is. I mean, that's pretty much normal human size, right? You know, smaller than human size. Um, Despite what men say, the average is 5.18. So don't let them lie to you. And only like I think it's only like 5 out of 100 have 6 inches or over. So don't let men lie to you. Well, they all lie about it. It drives me crazy. Oh, now my chat's showing up over here. Well, I mean, yeah, we can make some smaller ones. I mean, I haven't, like I said, I haven't really decided on sizes yet. I mean, 4, 4, 6, 8, 10. I mean, if we went down to 4 inches, probably 4 inches would be pretty close to the small size. That'd be 4 inches of usable, so it'd be a little bit longer overall. So the problem is on these things is when you make them, you're typically going to scale them on the X, Y, and Z axis, which means, oh hey, I forgot I got a drink. Which means like you take this can, if I was going to scale it on the X, Y, and Z, it's going to get fatter this way as it grows up. So it grows like this. So the problem with going too small is you end up with some features that may be too small. Or if you go too large, you end up with some features that may be too large. Ultimately, as we round out the final design, we will decide what our size range will be. And we probably need to do some reach out to people to see what they want on those sizes. Let's see. Back to size real quick. The male toys, we're going to see how these work, but they may really only come in one size. Um, if what I'm understanding is correct, this one size would really be good across the board for a large number of people. This new silicone that we're testing right now, that's in this mold right now, the test, um, is it's supposed to be really soft and really stretchy. So compared to what we normally use, which is pretty soft, pretty stretchy, but this is supposed to be a step below that. So you have short scales, and this is on a scale that I've never even used before in softness. Honestly, I didn't even know it existed until I found the silicone. Um, and I just happened to find it by talking to my supplier, and he's like, "Hey, well, have you thought about this?" And I'm like, "What is that?" So learn something new every day. Bro, what are you looking for in the? What are you hoping to see in the Avatar toy besides a micro one? Because you like micro ones. You're way more excited about the tail. Yeah, I am actually pretty excited about that tail too because I think it's something I've wanted to do for a while, and finally getting the chance to do it, and having somebody on board to really make us some custom tails and stuff is going to be kind of cool. Um, I'm hoping that when we launch that, we'll have at least two or three different tails available, and then we'll have more coming, pretty quickly as we get them knocked out. I have one more test on that to do this weekend, and yeah, we're close. We're so close on all this stuff. What got tail you looking for? Cat, fox, bunny? She's gonna say cat. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think a fox would be cool. Just a lot of exciting stuff going on right now. I'm super excited about the next few weeks of getting all these things getting a little closer. I will literally be making a mold again tonight of that test piece. Hi, sloth. Come on, bunny tail is tons of fun because the bunny tail doesn't get in the way. Gotta hold that cat tail off to the side. Yeah, you could do that too. You could do that too. To be honest with you, I really uh I'm curious to see how the pigtail does. Um, I think a lot of people will buy the bunny tail. I think the bunny tail will be pretty popular. This is the first time we've actually announced that we're making an interchangeable tail like that, though. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes for people and what they think of it. See, bunny tail's cute. I'm with the bunny tail being cute thing. And it. Never mind. Yeah, like a cotton ball bunny tail, like a little white bunny tail. Yeah, more like fluffy white. We could do more realistic. The little, like the three-tailed fox. Oh God, what was that somebody showed me? Was that you that showed me some Pikachu with a million the Eevee tail? That was you, Pearl. Had like nine tails flying everywhere. Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. I don't think we're planning on doing nine tails. They're not extremely heavy, but I feel like if you stacked up nine of them, that's getting pretty heavy. Well, then you just grab the tail and give it a little tug. If you're joining us over here on YouTube, I highly suggest you join us on YouTube. That is youtube.com/at cultured fiction. Or you can join us on Discord. And I did put the link to the Discord in the chat over here on YouTube, and I'll put that again as well. It's not sending. There we go. There you go. I mean, we could probably make. Ooh, we could, we could actually that we could make that a thing actually, like a little weight set. See, now I got to go pull up what a giraffe tail looks like. Hang on. Let me pull up a giraffe tail. I would love to know what Google thinks of my search history. It's got to be. I mean, it's got to be like a whole thing of like them, like what the hell, right? I mean, oh, a giraffe tail I think is doable. Really? I guess. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. They're tall. Their tail's long. They probably wish flies with it. Yeah, we can do giraffe tail. I'm gonna write that one down. I like that. Where'd my pen go? Giraffe tails for the win, huh? I'm just ready to get these Avatar toys done. I'm ready to get this test done here of this piece here. It's got another 45 minutes before I can pull it out of the mold. It feels solid, but it does have a little while longer. Excuse me. All right, any more specific questions? So, obviously the stroker, I can't, I can't really divulge too much about the stroker just yet because it depends. It depends upon how this test comes out. Um, if this test works out the way I think it will, it's going to actually change the entire way we make our strokers. We currently make them out of a silicone that's a little more firm, and so they're a little bit bigger and a little bit thicker and that kind of stuff. This new one, if it works the way I believe it's going to work, it's going to be much thinner and have a lot more stretch to it and a lot better texture inside than our older ones. Um, but with that said, it's then really floppy and that kind of stuff. So what we're talking about doing is making a harder outer casing that would still be silicone, so it'd be completely washable. Boil it, put it in dishwasher, whatever you want to do to clean it. Um, and then this would fit with inside of that, so you have a more rigid something to hold on to while you're using it. And then this would really just stretch a lot more. Which the great thing is, then one size is going to fit everybody because it will really, like, really stretch. Um, and so that's gonna be a really nice feature of it. Um, and then so that's gonna change the way we do things. So it depends. When I say it's going to depend on what it's going to look like on the outside, it depends if we switch to using these harder silicone cases with a more of a removable soft insert. Um, if that works out that way, it may look a little more generic on the outside, but then the front face of it will be to the Avatar theme. Probably a little outside your wheelhouse, Pearl, but it'll have the front of it will look like what it should look like. And then, of course, the outer cases would be probably available in a lot of different colors. I know. But that doesn't mean you've used one of those toys. Now, I will tell you this, since you say that. When this is done, and this is something I've said from the beginning that I had to make this happen, is you'll be able to take the smallest size Avatar toy and put it within the Stroker toy, put it together, and have it make sense. So if you had them both, you could literally put them together like a holster. for lack of a better word, put them together, and they would make sense. Um, like they would seem like they went together. S Sure, yeah, of course. It's kind of funny. I don't know if you saw my TikTok from yesterday when I was talking about a single woman will typically buy a larger toy than a woman in a relationship, and that really comes down to male ego. Our egos are fragile. We can't handle it. We don't like the competition, whatever the case may be. And I think a lot of people that take that attitude are missing out on so many great opportunities to have a good time with their partner and to really explore and make things just more interesting and more fun. Um, so couples toys could be a good time. And ladies, don't be afraid to get in there with your guy with his toy and use it with him, whether that be you know a stroker or something else. I think there is a larger quantity of women now that are open to using a toy on a man. I don't know if they're open to using a. I'm sure there is. Toys have their place for everyone. Yeah, they do. If you're just joining us over here on TikTok, I highly suggest you join us on YouTube. That is youtube.com/ at cultured fiction. We are, if you are here on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button and the alert button so it'll alert you when we go live or when we put up new videos. We are going to start doing some street interviews this weekend. If you're in the Austin, Texas area and you're in the area of the Domain on this weekend, we are going to be out doing some street interviews. And if you come up to us and say, hey, I know who you are, it won't be hard to miss me. I'll be wearing a white lab coat. Um, if you come out there and you say, "Hey, I know who you are. What you got for me?" I might have something for you. I'll have either a sticker, a toy, maybe even a shirt. I have several things that I'm going to take with me. I don't know that. I don't know that I'm going to do a podcast, but I mean, I'm going to do this weekly, and we are going to be inviting some other people on to our live weekly to talk about some various things. Um, I have um, Um, I have a customer that has mentioned to me on Twitter recently about us being a company that we're not ashamed and we work with sex workers and really support them and try to reach out and you know really be supportive of them. And I think there's been some conversation within that community about the symbiosis between toy companies and sex workers. So I may reach out to her. Um, I have another person that we've actually done some stuff with that is also a sex worker. She's in Canada. I'm not going to name her name. I'm not going to name any of their names. Um, um, yeah, Pearl, I like it. We're going to have Pearl on next week. Pearl's going to be our guest next week. Um, she'll talk about, well, no, wait, we'll wait a few weeks till you get your tail, and then you can come on and talk about your tail and why you were so excited about it. So anyway, yeah, we are looking to have some guests on the show, and hopefully, I mean, if somebody approaches us either from TikTok or YouTube or Twitter or wherever with an interesting subject, I mean, we'll definitely reach out to them. Like again, once again, for everybody joining on TikTok, I highly recommend you join us on YouTube and hit the subscribe and alert button on YouTube. I don't know if everybody's aware, Pearl. I don't even know if you're aware of this, but they are literally passing legislation while we talk to make it where they can ban TikTok in the U.S. completely. I question the free speech legality of that. Of course, nobody asked me, so it doesn't matter. But that is something that is going on in our government right now, along with all the other crazy stuff that's happening. Um, and so, yeah. if you really want to keep up with us and you're really interested in what we have going on, you're interested in the upcoming Avatar toys or the new tail plugs with the interchangeable tails. If for some of you that are just joining us, we are coming out with some new pet play products that you'll be able to find on our website. Hopefully in the next week, maybe 2 weeks. But we do have a section up now called Pet Play, and you'll see some stuff coming soon there. But I still recommend you join us on YouTube, or and I'll put up the link in the chat over on YouTube again to the Discord server. You can also always join us on Discord as well. I don't have a way I can really send this Discord link within TikTok. Hi Sabrina, how you doing? Is this Sabrina that I know, Sabrina? And we'll work on getting Pearl to come join us to talk about her new tail plug when she gets it. We'll get her. We'll if I, it'll be good times, Pearl. Don't worry. I would never do. I would never make you turn red. Tell me how the molds work. I can tell you this: we 3D print our models on a 3D printer, and then they go through an entire prep session, which includes actually several steps, and some more than others, depends on the models. And then we actually take and make silicone that goes around them. Then you take the model out, and then you put silicone in that mold. That's how you make your molds. That's the short version. There are a lot of steps in between there, a lot of things that go on, but that's the short version. Sabrina, don't you think that Pearl should come on and join me one week to tell me about her new toy when she gets it? We do not, but I have thought about um, making like some little nipple suction things that you could put on there. What do I think of nipple clamps? Okay, well, I will tell you that there's a such thing as a clover clamp that is the daddy of all nipple clamps. And the thing about a clover clamp is they're actually you can find them marketed under like a sewing third hand, but they have a piece of they're kind of odd shaped looking and they pinch down. But the thing about them is if you pull on the chain on the back of them, the harder you pull on that chain, the more they clamp down, the harder they get, and they're already kind of brutal, which anybody knows me knows that that's right up my alley. Um, but the harder you pull on them, the tighter they get. And I am a fan. I am a huge fan of them. Um, I currently actually don't have any of them because they got stolen out of my car a few years ago. Actually, I just never have bought any more. Yeah, absolutely. So we sell them. I actually think I just sold the last one I had in stock today. We sell the magic wands made by Hitachi, and they're pretty great. They're not cheap, but they're really great, and it won't make your hand go numb because the handle is not where basically the vibration takes place. If you are joining us on TikTok, please join us over on YouTube. It's youtube.com/cultured fiction or at cultured fiction. If you join us over there, please hit that subscribe and alert button. So the little bell, I think it is, so that you'll know when we go live. We will be going live every Thursday, as well as putting up new videos and more TikTok-like content among YouTube Shorts. I am a little worried about TikTok disappearing on us thanks to our lovely government, and yeah, so we want to try to keep up with everybody. You're risking your life for me. Why are you risking your life for me? does that mean? And why would you risk your life for me? Now I'm really curious. Also, if TikTok, if you do have questions, if you're looking for information on the Avatar toys or the new plug, what's going on, Gilbert? Garrett, how you doing? Garrett actually got to see a picture of one of the early strokers I'm working on the other day. The molds really don't like the molds really aren't that exciting. They just look like they kind of look like a reverse of. They're kind of boring on the outside, to be honest with you. Like all the magic happens inside the mold. The molds just are boring. But Garrett, I do have this new silicone in this mold right now that I can't pull out for a little while longer. Um, and it makes what we made our old stroker toys out of look very hard almost. This stuff is going to be really interesting. I literally just learned about this stuff 2 days ago and already have it in my hands and already have it in a mold. So it got to me today. I poured it today to see what it comes out like. How do you use it to express in ways people can't understand? Oh, oh. So I mean, I would say a lot of what we make is very artistic. There's a lot of art that goes on to it. That's where I come from, an art background. I've shown in art shows and stuff as a photographer. Um, I've shown in Seattle, Germany, several countries around the world actually, um, as well as actually have artwork published in a book. And but I could never make a living as a photographer. I was just couldn't seem to pull it off as a living. And so I went and built houses for a long time and was doing some other stuff and bartending. I kind of did a little bit of everything trying to find my way. And then I decided this is a way that I could be creative and make a living. Um, so that's what we're working on. And um, so as far as it, it's definitely, I feel like art. I do believe there are a subset of people that will buy our toys simply to put on their shelf as a piece to look at. Because not everything we make looks entirely, you know, like a surrogate. How do I use it to express in ways people can't understand? What do you mean by that question? Can you elaborate on that question for me? The Pearl. Wait, to get on Discord? I think Pearl's in here. I can't see who's in here, but I'm pretty sure Pearl's in here. Are you talking about get her on live? For everybody joining in TikTok land, please join us over on YouTube. YouTube.com/ at cultured fiction. I am trying to get more and more people to move to our YouTube channel where we will be um, putting up more of our content in there and um, just because we're not sure what's going to happen with TikTok. Pearl did join me in here. What you got, Pearl?
What?
Yep, Pearl is now on live with me. There you go, Sabrina. She got on.
I'm not answering any questions though.
Is this a First Amendment audit? How do you use them? The art of creating toys to express it. I think for me is I don't know that it's art for me in a traditional sense of like I'm trying to convey some emotion or something. I think for me it's I get this creativity wise of so Avatar. I'll use Avatar since that's the toy we're currently working on. So I've seen the Avatar movie. I'm assuming you've seen the Avatar movie. A lot of people have seen the Avatar movie. And somebody said, "Hey, you should do an Avatar toy." And man, just a mention of it, people were like, "Yes, we want to see an Avatar toy." And so we're like, "Okay, let's make this Avatar toy." Well, what does it look like underneath a Avatar, a Navi loincloth? So that's a question that you know um, the cast, crew, and director have obviously left up to the imagination, as that film was not an R-rated film. Um, so you get to create this thing that you I mean, it's you're creating a part of them that people wouldn't normally think to create, but you kind of get to create it. And to be honest with you, so in creating that, I've spent countless hours. I wish people knew how many hours a week I spent sitting in this chair, staring at the ceiling, going, "How does this work? How does this look? What does it look like? Let me look at pictures of from the movie, looking at set pictures and background pictures and the flora and fauna of the planet, and thinking about what they're like. I mean, they're humanoid characters because that's what people relate to. Um, so you have to think about that aspect of them too. What humanoid aspects do they have? So I think for me, the artistic part of it comes from getting to create, and I get to create something that is functional, but is also like, what could it look like? What would it look like? And sometimes, like our symbiote toys from Venom and Carnage, like I get to get pretty wild with that one. It's just a fun design, and honestly, stuff like that is just a lot of fun to do. It's a lot of fun to come up with these designs and then see them come to life and bring them to life, and then the pouring process is, I mean, you're pouring liquids. It's all liquid and in colors, and everything we do is hand mixed and hand poured. So for me, it's that creative process of making them. Sabrina should definitely ask Pearl a question. We'll make Pearl answer questions. Since she was answer no questions. Like she's pulling some First Amendment audit stuff over here, but
What do you want?
I know, right? Pearl, you have any other questions about the tail? You haven't actually. I mean, you haven't really seen a whole lot of that yet. You've seen more than most.
No.
Hopefully next week. I have all the parts made. I've just got to finish molding them and do a final test to make sure everything works the way it's supposed to. But it's looking pretty good. It's pretty good. Actually, I would have already had that test done.
Do you have the mold for the pigtail?
No, I do not have that one yet because we had to make some changes on it.
Oh.
So, um, planning to next week have those done. I actually already had this test done, but when I went to make the mold a couple of days ago, I literally had made made the first plug. I only have one of them done. Made the first plug, the small size, printed it, finished it, and was ready to make the mold. And I was walking across the room, and I somehow dropped it, and it broke in half. So it's reprinted. I still got to get it repainted and refinished. So that'll be tomorrow's project. Get all that done tomorrow.
What Tales are you gonna be releasing when you originally release it? Or are you gonna have all the ones that you plan on having?
No, we'll be expanding that catalog of tales as we go. I'm hoping to have. I don't even know that we will have our full line even fully decided when we first release it. You've seen those first couple of furs that we have.
Hmm.
Wonder if I can pull them up.
Are those gonna both be the? Well, what are you planning on releasing when you originally release it?
So that I won't know until I meet back with my sewing expert in the next few days. So I'll have more on that by this weekend. I'll be able to tell you more this weekend for sure, and we'll share more on here next week. And it'll just pop up on the website. I'm hoping to really release them for sale next Friday. When next Friday's drop, we have a good, pretty decent size inventory update next Friday coming. Mostly in softer silicones, and then hopefully the tail plug will release that same day. And yeah, so hopefully next week. Any other questions, everybody? And once we're done with these Avatar toys, and once we're done with this tail, what do people want to see next? I know a lot of people are. I mean, I've already had people hitting me up like, "Are you going to go back and do?" Nick Wilde was a very popular one during that vote, which just completely threw me off. I've never seen Zootopia,
I think
so
that would be like a great line to do. Like you could do a Nick Wilde tale as well as like a toy. You know?
yeah. You trying to tell me you're a Nick Wilde fan there, Earl?
I do watch Zootopia fairly often.
It's a movie, right? Not a series.
Yeah,
You can tell I haven't seen it.
Zootopia is a movie.
I gotta quit messing with this. I want to get it out of there so bad. It needs a little bottle. Um,
It I prefer the bunny though. You know,
what is the
forgot
who's
her
the
name.
it's um who's the bunny? Hang on. Um, this one?
Which one? Yes,
Judy Hopps.
I knew her name was Hops something, but
Judy Hopps. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we'll do those or not. I've had a lot of people asking me about Shrek. I would kind of like to do an ogre. I don't know if I would do Shrek specifically. Um, yeah, see, Sloth just said Judy Hopps. Um, I don't know that I would do Shrek directly, but I would like to do probably an ogre. Um, it's something I've thought about before. There's ogre, and there's something else I thought of recently that I would like to do. I can't remember what it was. I kind of want to do something. Great God got us next. I have I have had a lot of people ask me about doing Greek god or goddesses.
I was
Uh,
literally about to say that. I was like, you should do like a line of like all the different Greek gods.
all the Greek gods. I mean, I am not going to say we won't. I don't know. So here's the thing: is
I think there's only like 7 of them.
well, we also
I mean,
have
that's a lot, but
the rest of the astrologer series to finish up this year. And then I have one more kind of special toy that I'm going to do towards the end of this year that I got to get worked out. Now, that one is only going to be available in one size, probably, and it's only going to be a very limited amount of them offered. Um, and it will actually come as a boxed set. So I'm not going to say much more about it than that, but that's something that I'm really looking forward to doing that I think is going to be a lot of fun. When I say limited offer, like we will probably have a couple hundred of them made, and that'll be it. We won't make any more after that.
of what?
Well, we have a toy that's coming out later this year. I haven't really said what it is. I'm
Oh,
not ready to say what it is yet.
right,
Um,
right, right.
but it's going to be a lot of fun. That one's going to be cool cool to do. It's gonna be a fun little project for me because I think it's fun. Valorant toys, a Sage toy
Well,
or Neon.
what, that would be a stroker. That wouldn't.
Yeah,
You gotta do like a Omen toy.
it's gonna smoke you off. Yeah, Greek god, goddess. That's I'm not gonna say that's gonna be out of the
I feel
possibility.
like you could do like an entire like eventually like you could do like different games, you know? Like you could do Valorant and then you could do like a Apex or League of Legends or, you know,
We actually have Zodiac themed toys. Sloth, when's your birthday?
Zodiac.
In that in yeah, in that astrology, right?
Yeah. Zodiac is astrology. Yeah.
Sloth, when is your birthday? What month? Yours may or may not be done yet. I have the first 6 done. I don't have the other 6 done yet. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to do too many Disney movies. Oh yeah, I do not have. November is. Let's see. Well, if you're pre or post, depends if you're either a Scorpius or
What's your zodiac
Sagittarius.
sign?
Scorpio. November 15th. Yeah, that's Scorpio. Don't have that one done yet. I do have the list here. I have the Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer done. I've got to get the other 6 done. We got so far behind last year. We were gonna have them all released last year, and we just got so far behind that we couldn't get them all done. Why is he trying to call me? Let me hang on a second.
All right, did I have a proficient amount of questions?
Yeah, you have plenty of questions.
All right, I'm gonna go play a game.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna wrap this up here in a minute anyway. How do you not have
Bye.
Scorpios?
Bye, everybody.
Well, I wanted to have them done already, but like I said, we just got busy last year. Weren't able to get them all done. We had to make a choice: get caught up or get them done. Train. Squidward's nose. Wait, what does Squidward's nose look like? Hang on. Isn't it kind of Squidward's nose? He just did the eyeballs like balls. That'd be pretty funny. I'm gonna tell everybody that's on TikTok once again. I'm sure everybody on YouTube's tired of hearing it, but if you're on if you're joining us live on TikTok, please join us live on YouTube. And when you get here, be sure to hit the subscribe and follow button or subscribe and alert button, whatever it is, because I am actually really worried that we're going to lose TikTok. I don't know if everybody's aware, but the government is taking steps to try to ban TikTok. Um, I think it's kind of crazy, but maybe they know something I don't know. I don't know. But with that said, we don't want to lose everybody. We would like to keep you around and keep you following us. We appreciate everybody's support. So if you could hit us up on YouTube, and then again, I will put my Discord information in the YouTube chat. You can also join us on our Discord and have access to us there. Generally, if you get a hold of me through Discord, that's going to be the easiest way to get a hold of me because I'm almost always have Discord open either on my phone or my computer. rarely is it not open. Yeah, and eventually we want to add some. Yeah, Pearl's already in Red Dead Online. That took a long time. Um, Eventually we want to try to do some, some more special stuff in Discord. Now, once again, whether you're on TikTok or on YouTube, if you are in the Austin, Texas area and you are in the Domain this weekend and you see me out, because we're going to go out and do some street interviews this weekend in the Domain on the north side of Austin, Texas. If you're there and you see us out, please come up to me and say, "What you got for me?" You come up and ask that, and I will have something for you. Maybe a sticker, maybe a shirt, maybe a toy. Um, if you take the time to find me, if you hear this and you take the time to find me, um, I will try to have something for you. And if you do an interview with us, I would really appreciate it because we're going to be asking some questions about, what toys people have, how they've used them in their relationships, that kind of stuff. We try to have a good time with it, make it a fun time. And then those videos will hit back onto YouTube next week. Or over the next couple of weeks. Depends. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go. I really, this is all new to me trying to do this, and I've been saying for a while I thought it would be something fun to do, and so I think I finally got everything set up to make that happen this weekend. Garrett, do you have a Discord account? Well, if nobody else has any more questions, we'll wrap up for the night. If you got any more questions, now's a great time to throw them at me, either on TikTok or on YouTube. Either way. Sorry, I'm kind of looking at two different screens here. So, okay, come on, Garrett. I don't have space. You can have an air mattress amongst the God. It's not very comfy here. It's really uncomfortable here, honestly. Uh, yeah, I will be. I'm gonna probably be out in the Domain for this weekend. I probably will skip the following weekend. I'll probably be out there, and then I may actually go downtown some. I don't know. They call it Dirty Sixth Street for a reason. I don't know if I want to venture out to Dirty Six or not, but uh, try to hit some different areas. Oh, they'll cuddle you. You know it. Echo be all over you, bud. Unless you bring Lizzie, and then you and I don't exist. It'll all be about Lizzie. She prefers women over, like, she tolerates me, but she prefers women. Don't you? You tolerate me. Just being realistic about my dogs. Yeah, it's not the good kind of dirty. Yeah, Dirty Six is something. I've only been in Austin a couple years, and I've only been down there twice, and that was really just passing through, going to somewhere else down there, like a place called Barbarella's, trying to get there, and man, it was chaos, but not like fun chaos. There's always some crap going on down there too. All right, guys. Well, if no more questions, I'm gonna wrap it up for the evening. I will be back on next Thursday. Once again, if you're on TikTok, please find us on YouTube, youtube.com/@culturedfiction. If you find us over there, please subscribe and hit the alert button. As long as Twitter's around, we're still on Twitter. You can find us over there at Cultured Fiction. Um, and then we'll see what comes along. Something new is going to come along, I feel like, to replace all this stuff that we're potentially losing social media wise. Um, Hopefully, TikTok doesn't get banned, but we'll see what happens. Hey, Google, dismiss. My alarm's going off. Yeah. Anyway, hope everybody has a good night. I'll see you next Thursday. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks everybody for stopping in over here on YouTube. Garrett, Sloth, Sabrina, Pearl, everybody. I appreciate you guys being here and asking questions. We'll see you next week. Have a good night.